Stein's just gassing that milk. That milk is Welcome back to the Choccy Milk Gang podcast, season 2, episode 13, the 15th episode of this podcast. We are talking NFL. We're talking football. Maybe we'll be back this year, so we're going to give our little predictions. But hey, you know what? We got a big special guest here. We got obviously the usual trio, but we got the man himself, Ben Big Country Stein. Ben, welcome to the program. How you doing?
I'm doing good. It's a great day out here. It's a great day to be a bishop. It's a great day, to be on the Choccy Milk King podcast, one of the most prestigious podcasts in New England and throughout the great country of America and Canada. Shout out to Canada, honestly.
Yes.
Shout out Canada.
And shout out to Bill's Mafia, because I know they're repping this podcast right now on the website. So shout out to Bill's Mafia.
I really appreciate that.
I'm blessed to be here, and let's get started, baby. Hell yeah.
Let's get it. Hey, we should give our viewers a little info about Stein here. Stein's a big man. He's got the fan page. You gotta follow it. Ben_Big_Country_Stein. College tennis player at Ohio Wesleyan. The Pride Alpha Sig. He's vibing, man.
I appreciate it. What I always say is, we all do things in our life where we're like, shit, that was stupid, but we can't let those things define us.
Right.
We got to just keep on bouncing back, keep on grinding. And, sometimes good things come from that. And, if I could be the pride for something, that's what counts. That's all I'm talking about. Just stay passionate, stay hyped, and just go all in on whatever it is, man. That's it. That's all it comes down to.
Exactly. I love that mentality. And,
I want to follow my dreams right now. What is going on?
Yeah.
That makes me want to run through a brick wall.
I think we should do that.
Hey, whether you're running through a big brick wall, working at Taco John's, or just eating, a slice of, mediocre pizza at Papa John's, it all matters. It all matters.
It really does.
It all matters.
I love that.
Best taco chain out there, Taco John's. Shout out to Taco John's, too.
Stein actually submitted some questions to our 50 subscriber Q&A video. One of them was about Taco John's. Stein, really appreciate that. Really appreciate the questions.
Of course, I just try to bless the people with content, and you guys are content generators, and I consider myself in the same boat as you. So
exactly.
I really am supporting the content grind and the content generation, and whatever it takes to give the people what they want and need. That's what I'm here for, man. I know you're here to do the same thing, so I just have nothing but respect for you.
Thank you. We appreciate that. We just gotta, give people content that they deserve, but also they want and they need it. You know what I mean?
I mean, it's almost disrespectful not to, give them those attributes.
Yes.
Like, I can't not give the people something to put a smile on their face.
Mm-hmm.
It's just,
Exactly.
It's tough.
I like that.
Mm-hmm. Choccy Milk reviews, the fan favorite.
Let's dive in.
Let's dive in. Who got going first?
Chima, I want to hear your reaction to the Promised Land milk.
Oh, really? Really?
I need to see that smile.
Yeah, let's do it.
I think I promised something else in the last episode, but I didn't follow through on that because I saw this guy and this guy. Shout out to Big Y, best grocery store ever. But so Tyler and Will last episode, they reviewed Promised Land, and they were like, ooh, it's really good. But then one of them had this guy. I think Tyler did. And one of them had this guy.
I had that.
So I'm like, hey, you know what? Gotta compare, contrast. This had a pretty good price point too for chocolate milk. So, I've heard rumors this is the best Choccy milk in the game. This beats Trader Joe's, this beats Stu Leonard's. And hey, you never know. So let's just go right in. We're gonna start
in the conversation.
We're gonna start with the Promised Land midnight chocolate. Key here is there's a little piece of chocolate right here, so you're drinking chocolate milk. Whole milk, ultra pasteurized. It's also from New Jersey. Very interesting. Not a great state, but great.
What
for
color is the
chocolate milk.
label?
The label is brown, like the chocolate milk.
That says a lot.
I think so too.
It's a
Come
good
on.
sign.
I love that. But yeah, so whole milk, midnight chocolate. That is chocolatey. I love that. We're not gonna waste time here. We're gonna dive in.
Respects.
You're right. Yeah, that's the best chocolate milk right
Did
there.
it satiate your taste buds appropriately?
Yes, it did. Oh, promised land, man. That took me to the promised land of chocolate milk.
Right?
Sorry, Trader Joe's, you guys are awesome. Sorry, Stu Leonard, you guys are awesome. Sorry, Fresh Mark, you guys are awesome. This is the new king. I want to try this one too before I give my ratings. Just, I think it's good to compare and contrast. This one's the 2% reduced fat milk. So, a little bit of a health grind here. We're all bodybuilders. So you got to go for that, 2% reduced fat, Viva los dad bods. But here we go.
We're dad bod bodybuilders.
Exactly. Yeah. Nothing but, of course.
Dude, I'm so curious to see how it's different right here. Yeah, exactly. But it might be a little different. I'd assume it is, so. Big second sip.
Big.
They're both excellent. They're both so good.
Right?
And they both beat every other chocolate milk in the game. I can tell you that right now. There's some great chocolate milks out there. Promised Land beats them. I'm going to have to go this one's better just because, whole milk, can't beat that. But this one is excellent as well. 9.7, 9.6.
Respect.
Yeah, it's that.
Yeah.
Incredible.
It beats Trader Joe's by 0.3 and 0.4. I think that's completely fair. That's the greatest thing I've ever seen.
And you know what I love about that rating right there? There's just absolutely no disrespect. Just
no disrespect.
Facts.
Exactly.
And I think there needs to be something said for that, honestly.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Of course.
Stein, what about your milk?
Yeah, Stein, give us your review.
So I was drinking a milk that, I guess this must have been one of your other podcasts because I think we mulled over it a little bit yesterday. But it's this Ancromdale milk that I just found at Whole Foods because I was like, you know what? I need chalky milk for the podcast. But at the same time, I just got an email from some random insurance person.
I love that.
Probably
Desk.
I'd love to see that.
Probably Desk.
Chalky milk podcast.
Shout out Northwestern.
What?
Shout out Northwestern Mutual Desk's life insurance where he just, calls everyone up.
I told him he needs to work for Amica. He's a disappointment. It's okay. But anyway. It's called Ronnie Brook Farm in Ancromdale, New York. So let's try it out. I think one of you might have had this at one point in time. But let's try it out.
Yeah.
Let's see where it takes us.
I love the glass bottle. Really adds
that container is absolutely fantastic.
That's a big chug.
He's grinding it out, dude. Look at this, man. I love that.
That chocolate milk was really chocolatey. It was almost like eating a chocolate bar that was just wet.
What?
I love that.
I laughed at my own joke. That was brutal.
No, that's good. It was a great one.
But I definitely would give this chocolate milk I'd say like a 7.8. It was very satisfactory.
Love that.
But at the same time, there just wasn't any cream factor. It was very rich. You couldn't taste any cream. It was just like biting into like dark chocolate. Like I wanted a hint of white chocolate in there, but there was none.
Sure.
Definitely respect that.
I have respect for the texture because it was appropriate. It just felt right. Like the thickness was there. The density was appropriate. And overall, I don't want to put too much disrespect on this chocolate milk because clearly they worked hard. I mean, look at this logo. It's like is it a cow or a buffalo? Like I'm trying to figure that out.
It's probably the Bills Mafia milk.
Honestly, that's what I'm saying. It's probably the Bills Mafia milk. So it's in Ancromdale in New York. I think that's upstate probably. So I don't want to disrespect Buffalo. So I'm not going to try to disrespect this milk. But at the same time, it was an appropriate 7.8. And that's okay, honestly.
I think it's awesome. Okay, can we just say, that was probably the best guest chocolate milk review. He just went so in depth. He knew what he was talking about, too. He's like, dude, can't put disrespect, cream, thickness, chocolate, all these bold words, all these vocabulary that we'd love to see. What about you, Tyler?
That's so true, though. Yeah.
What do we got?
We don't get a lot of fire chalky milk reviews from the guests like that. You love to see it.
I feel like whatever I do, I got to be passionate about it. You know what I mean? If I'm not going to give you guys passion, if I'm not going to bring energy to your podcast, why am I here, right? I need to help you guys make this as good as possible. And if I'm not doing a great job, then I'm not doing my part in respecting the abilities that you guys are doing because you do a great job week in and week out. So I mean,
Appreciate that.
I got to
killing it,
up
man.
my
You're
skills,
killing it.
Let's go, Tyler. Let's see your review.
Yeah. So I got we've all seen it before. It's the DHA omega-3 organic horizon stuff. Low fat milk. Nobody ever likes this. Honestly, I'm gonna be real. It's kind of been growing on me. What was it? Well, obviously we'll see how it turns out today, what I'm feeling, but I'm not gonna lie. This type of chalky milk, like, I don't know. I haven't been hating it too much lately. We'll see how it goes, but yeah.
I feel like whatever store you buy that from, the store brand is probably better. Just buy the store brand.
Oh yeah,
I was just
agree.
respecting that pour, honestly.
That's a good pour.
Like,
It was
that
an
was a solid
excellent
pour. I
Tyler, really good stuff, man.
Never mind. This isn't never.
Yeah.
I was like, you
I'll
know what?
talk.
This isn't that bad. No, it's the same thing. Like, if you're trying to drink healthy chocolate milk, I would say drink this. If you want to drink chocolate milk on a consistent basis and you're like dieting or something, I don't know, then this is actually a good move, because this isn't like we've always reviewed. It's kind of watered down. There's really no thickness, no creaminess to it, but it's got like almost the correct texture, like right around where it needs to be, and the flavor is completely on point, or at least the chocolatiness, is. So I can respect that in the same sense. I'm gonna rate it right around the same area. Like, I think I don't know what I've rated it before. Right now,
Somewhere in the threes.
I'm feeling like a 5. No.
Really?
It's not that bad.
threes.
It's not that bad.
I think it's
We've
in the
had
threes.
Maybe in previous episodes. I don't think it's that terrible. God.
Really?
No.
I mean, that's a lot of disrespect, honestly.
there's
like,
a
Think it's kind of fair.
It's honesty true, too. I mean, discipline, respect,
No.
honesty.
It's in the
No?
right. It's in the right area. Admittedly, because it's trying to be as healthy as it is, you're never going to really recover a lot of the sort of like, the fattiness, like that texture that you really want. That sort of
Like in this promised land.
exactly.
It's
It's not
such
going
a
to suck you in
simple-
as well, but
It's not going to take
solid.
you to the promised land.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think this is that bad. I'm going to go
Really?
with a 5.3.
Really?
All right.
And that's okay. That's respectable.
That's so fine.
That is respectful. Exactly.
It's. I mean, it could be made in Buffalo. You don't know, so you need to respect it.
Or Cheyenne, Wyoming.
Or honestly, Bozeman, Montana.
Yes. Or Wheeling, West Virginia.
Or South Arizona. Unbelievable.
All right, well, review.
All right, I got this Organic Valley Ultra. It's I'm not expecting much because it's lactose free. It's 2%. 50% less sugar than.
It looks straight
average
gas,
banana.
honestly.
It kind of looks
I don't know.
nice.
I feel like I'm not anticipating much. It says new. I don't know why it's new, but it says.
I guess
new.
I'm just respecting the logo at this point.
They got a cow on it, which I'm a pretty big fan of. So
That's true. That's true. What type of cow is it? Do you know?
no. I don't know how I'm supposed to know that.
These are crucial facts. Oh, look at that pour.
It's a good pour.
Unbelievable.
Waiter-esque.
Facts.
Look at that.
Strong chocolate flavor. Like the chocolate flavor. Some to be desired with the thickness, though.
Really?
I don't know. It's kind of growing on me. Yeah, definitely you notice the thickness isn't there. Good flavor. Definitely the health factor is pretty sick. I'm going to give this a 7.3.
So it's like a pretty good healthier milk.
Yeah, if this wasn't healthy and it was this good, it'd be lower.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, wait, I'm not. Yeah,
I
7.3.
kind of respect that, though.
7.3 seems right.
God gives something to the health. You know what I mean? Health
Good
is
enough.
important right now.
I mean, honestly, nutrition is a virtue sometimes.
Yeah.
That's
Like
it.
if this was the first chocolate milk I ever had, I would want more. I'd want to see what chocolate milk's like.
I think that's important, though. It's about passion, and that chocolate milk gives you the passion to find other chocolate milks.
Yeah, this gives me the passion to
that.
find something better. But it just gives you that spark. Like, come on, you can do better. Go find it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
It motivates you like Ben Stein. It's perfect.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
I'd say this is the Ben Stein of milk, but Ben Stein's more than the 7.3.
Ben Stein's kind of more like the promised land, in my
Ben
opinion.
Stein's a 10.0.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. I'm honored and flattered at the same time. to be honest.
Well, I love that. But, hey, boys, great analysis on those reviews. I really feel like we nailed it right there. Just brilliant stuff. I really feel like we're providing great content for the people here. Great chocolate milk. Stein's just gassing that milk. That milk is
did anybody
when you said gassing it, dude, I can't control myself.
He's chugging through it. I love that.
Was it Will and Stein decided to sip at the same time, and Will just gave a little and Stein, you just feel like all gas, no brakes.
Yeah, all gas, we love it. No brakes.
Dude, I'm heading straight for the Grand Canyon out of Calabasas with this chocolate milk.
What we like to see, definitely.
I love that.
You'll have that.
You'll have those. That's a huge situation right there. But yeah, this episode is all about football. The National Football League out of the United States of America, different than the Canadian Football League. NFL, they got some teams playing this year, hopefully. And, we got to make, as, the greatest, sports, sports writers, sports analysts in the world, we got to make our predictions. You know what I mean? So,
no Grey Cup?
Grey Cup's in the other one. We can
but is it happening?
Dude, I don't know.
He's so concerned.
Grey Cup is good, man. Bo Levi Mitchell, Calgary Stampeders. Manziel's on the
Montreal Alouettes.
Alouettes, let's go.
Dude, I watch every single game.
Dude, I love the CFL.
I need this to happen.
Yeah, but
did
CFL,
I have a stroke? What is going on right now?
CFL, man, I love it.
What is happening?
Let's go out.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
The CFL has been postponed, but it has not been canceled.
Okay.
When's it postponed to?
September at the earliest. It was supposed to start June 11th.
Yeah, they usually start in June.
That's unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
Jeez.
I want to see those Edmonton Eskimos get through it,
Dude, I'd like to see that.
Mm-hmm.
I think they need a team in Halifax. It's almost disrespectful at this point. They're not properly
Schooners, man.
Canada.
Atlantic Schooners. But
what?
Atlantic Schooners. There's like a proposed team. But
Halifax Axe Hackers. Something like that.
Love that. Yeah. That's huge. But yeah, love the Canadian football, but we're talking about the American one here today. Hopefully NFL season actually works out, because would love to see some football. Big headlines this year. Tom Brady's on a different team. My favorite Patriot, low key, James Devlin, number 46. He's retired. Congrats on a great career, man. Shout out to fullbacks, but in general, big season. We got some predictions coming up. Big analysis, guys. We play fantasy football sometimes. We watch football games sometimes. So, is there anyone better in terms of analyzing football? I don't think so.
No.
Mm-hmm.
No shot.
What's everyone's favorite football team?
Pats.
Yeah, same here.
Tyler?
Giants.
Tyler doesn't even know football though. He just knows fantasy.
I know that the Giants are terrible, and that's all that I need.
Honestly, they may not be this bad.
So I just want to say one thing about my football team before I say my football team. They hail from God's country, and they bring in the most rough-ended players. My Buffalo Bills.
Let's go.
Go Bills, baby.
And they break tables.
They break tables. They light fires. They do questionable stuff in the parking lot. It's a mix of everything, honestly.
Yeah, it's Buffalo.
It's lawless. That's what it is. It's Buffalo.
And you'll have those.
It's perfectly fine.
Mm-hmm. I think it's awesome. I think they have the best fans in the game. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, we try to have a good time. That's all it comes down to.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. That's important. But, we all have our predictions. We've all made our analysis, some a lot more than others. But, let's just start rolling in. AFC East, best to worst. Who do we got here?
I'd go on this one.
Yeah,
I'm a little biased, of course. I'll give you the
and record
Sanders.
too. You gotta say record.
Yeah, I'll give you. So I got my Buffalo Bills, and I looked at the schedule, man, and there's a handful of games we could lose, maybe 5 or 6 games on that schedule that we could lose. I see 10 wins at least. I see a maximum of possibly 14, and I know that's highly optimistic. But I see the Buffalo Bills going 12-4. I see you guys are going to hate me for these predictions, man. But I see
okay.
I see the New York Football Jets going 7-9, and I see the Patriots and the Dolphins being tied at 4-12.
4-12.
Oh wow.
That's like not the worst scenario for us though, because then we get to tank for Trevor Lawrence. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. And I mean those predictions. I'm confident on my Bills prediction. I'm confident on my Jets prediction. I think the Patriots could be a little bit better. I know that the Dolphins are going to be bad regardless. They just don't have any talent. Let's be honest. I think the Patriots. It depends on Cam Newton. Honestly, I mean, the truth is he's a complete wild card. You don't know what you're
Super
getting.
wild card.
I mean, if he's healthy, he could be good. If he's not, he could be very poor. If he's not in the right mindset, he could be playing poor. I mean, it really depends on what Cam's willing to do. And I think the good thing about Tom Brady was he was willing to work with the system. Like Brady wasn't the guy to be like, okay, I'm going to stray away from the script. I'm going to try to do my own thing. He was also ridiculously humble. The question is, can Cam be that humble? And is Cam willing to work with Belichick? Brady and Belichick meshed on a new level. And I don't know what, Belichick has a great system, but Cam's going to have to respect the system. And if unless he's able to do that, I don't see a great season for them, because that system is good, but it takes a lot of discipline.
Sports,
sure.
yeah.
Sports for sure.
I love that. What about the rest of you guys?
So I'll go. I have the Bills. I feel like, they got it going on this year. They got
really
Josh
do.
Allen. They got Stephon Diggs. They got Trey White on defense. I have them going 10-6.
I like that.
First in their division. A little bit biased. I gave Pats an 8-8 record because, I'm going to, if there's pick'em games, I think they're going to win. I really got to believe that puts them 7th in the AFC. So, that's playoffs. I kind of made it so that I'd make them in the playoffs, obviously. And
Love
then the Jets and the Dolphins, I have tied at 4-12. I thought the Jets would be better, but I was looking at the schedule. I was like, I don't know. I guess that's it. But they do feel like a 7-9 team. It just didn't work out that way.
Mm-hmm.
I remember the Dolphins.
Dolphins.
It was the Dolphins, 4-12 guy.
Mm-hmm. What about you, Tyler?
Oh, easy. Dolphins and the Jets are going to be tied at 16-0 this season.
Yeah, I love that.
They're each going to beat the Bills and the Patriots 16 times each. It's going to be crazy.
Tyler, you made a mistake. They're in the same division.
Yeah,
They
you
play-
can't do that. Yeah, they have to play each other.
They can be both 15
They have to play each other? Oh,
twice.
okay.
Tyler, they could be 14-0-2.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. They're
that's
just going to tie. That's what's going to
14-0-2.
happen. Yeah.
14-0-2.
They're just going to tie against each other, and they'll be at the top.
I respect that.
Love it.
Definitely.
What about the Pats and the Bills?
The Pats? What was it? Well, I mean, they have to lose to them 16 times, don't they? That's how it works.
They
No.
don't play each
Tyler,
other
they've
16
only played
times.
twice.
Tyler didn't do his research.
No. They play
Tyler's
against each other
jokes.
every time. That's how it works. So they're gonna lose 14
Tyler's
times,
a
and they'll
new
tie to
standard.
each other, and they'll be 14-2. That's how it's gonna work. Trust me, I know football, guys. I know everything about football. This is how it's gonna happen.
All right, suit yourself. My predictions. I also gotta go with the Buffalo Bills. I think they're gonna be the 4th seed in the AFC. I think they're gonna go 10-6. Also, by the way, me and Will, I know maybe the other two, but we did ours on this website. We'll link it below. You can do your whole predictions on there. It's pretty nice, and you get to see.
I got you on that website too. It was good.
Love that. It was awesome. I don't know if Tyler did with his predictions, but that's okay.
Oh, definitely.
So I got the Bills 10-6. 7th seed, I got the Patriots at 9-7. I think still the Patriots are a great football team. It's just Cam Newton's definitely a step down, but I think he's going to be pretty all right. I'm talking 23 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, a few rushing touchdowns in there too. I think he's going to be pretty fine. You know what I mean? And Pat's defense is really good. We got Bill Belichick. We got some pieces there to go 9-7. I think the Dolphins are 3rd place. I think they're going to go 5-11. Tua could be good. You never know. He could play. He could play the football and throw some touchdowns. You know what I mean? And then I got the Jets last 4-12. They definitely are a much better football team. It's just, seeing each game, I was like, all right, Jets lose that one, Jets lose that one, Jets lose that one. Maybe they win one of them. But, I got the Jets at 4-12. Probably not my greatest prediction. But Bills and Pats in the playoffs from the AFC East, in my opinion. What about the AFC North?
Yeah, wait, just real quick. I know I didn't take my prediction very seriously, but it's worth noting the Patriots are a historic organization. Belichick is a fantastic head coach. He can really guide like a lot of different teams to better results than anybody could ever expect. I see good things for the Patriots, even if it's not a first place in this year. Cool.
Respect for that, even though it angers me. But I respect that.
Also with Tua, I see like a Kyler Murray situation where he's going to be good, but he has no one around. So this year, Dolphins not going to do much.
Yeah.
They get some weapons. Who knows?
All right, AFC North. Who do we got?
I picked Baltimore to come out of this division. I don't see any other. Burrow, I don't think he's like he's a great quarterback, but Bengals are the Bengals, dude. I go to school out in Ohio, and if anyone out in Ohio knows Ohio football, it's consistently disappointing. It doesn't matter who you're rooting for. Ohio football is a constant disgrace, and that's just the facts. I mean, that's not even an opinion. It's just truthfully awful. So Lamar Jackson's going to shred up that division. I got your Baltimore Ravens going 13-3. Pittsburgh, I have them coming in at a 7 seed. I have them coming in 9-7. I think Roethlisberger still has a little bit left in the tank. I don't think it's that much, but I think it's good enough to get them to 9 wins if he's healthy. I think that Burrow is gonna put on some sort of show. I think Zach Brown, that's their coach, right? Zach something.
Zach Taylor.
Zach Taylor. I think Zach Taylor is gonna put on some sort of good performance. I think he's a good football coach. I think he knows what he's doing. Last year he was working with a lot of pieces, obviously, and they had a lot of issues in terms of they didn't really have a quarterback, and they ended up trading away Andy Dalton. But I think, the Cincinnati Bengals, I think, are on the come up, and I think that they're going to muster out 6-10, but they're not going anywhere this season. And the Cleveland Browns, I hate Baker Mayfield's mentality.
Really?
Not only is he extremely self-centered and selfish on the field, he's also that way off the field too. And for people seeing this podcast in Ohio, I know you're going to be upset with me when I get back to school, but that's okay. Baker Mayfield is a disappointment. And I don't think he has very good accuracy. The guy, he could run, but the Browns don't have a ton of pieces. Their coaching's been bad. The management's been bad. The fan base is a watered down version of the Buffalo Bills fan base. And I see the Browns going 2-14.
2-14.
Wow.
All right, me and Stein's predictions are going to have a little argument, I'd say. I respect it, though, coming out of Ohio,
Yeah, of course, of course.
I got the Ravens, 2nd seed in the AFC, 15-1. I think they're hard to stop, and also, I don't know. They'll probably won't be 15-1, but picking games is I don't know.
Yeah,
they'll get upset eventually. I got the Browns.
That's impressive. 15-1.
Yeah, I got the Browns at 8-8. I think with Landry and Beckham, maybe some things will happen this year. I don't know. I want good stuff for them. I feel like the fans deserve it. Then after that, I got and they'd be the best team not to make the playoffs at the 8th seed in the AFC. Then I got the Bengals 5-11. I think Joe Burrow can scratch out some wins. I think it'll be exciting. You got a new coach, who knows what's going on. And then the Steelers last in the AFC at 3-13.
Really?
I don't have any faith in them this year.
I respect it.
I respect it.
Steelers probably not 3-13, but
again, probably not 3-13.
I think Mike Tomlin could do
I don't know.
Yeah, I respect the hustle. You know what I mean?
I do. I like the optimism with Burrow. That's something I could definitely.
Oh yeah, Joe Burrow is nice.
Baller.
I think he's gonna be so good.
As a resident of Bro, Ohio, 8 months out of the year, I'm definitely a big Bengals fan. Pulling for Burrow, man.
Andy Dalton got the Bills the playoffs that one year, so
that was awesome. I was eating some buffalo wings while watching that.
Nice. Man, I love that. What about you, Tyler?
Of course, that joke gets me.
To your non-predictions.
Dude, I don't know. I'm gonna just do this based off the trends that I see because I watch football every year. I don't follow players getting traded around, coaching strategies every year. I just watch the games, enjoy the games.
Down with the gas.
So based off the trends I see, the Ravens aren't done peaking. They're going to lose 3 games minimum this season. Okay.
That's actually a sound prediction.
Okay. What was it? Fair. I respect it. Ravens are good. They're not going to be done being good. The Bengals are bad. They're not going to finish being bad. They're going to go 2-14 again. The Browns have been getting slightly better every year. They're going to keep getting slightly better. They're going to go 8-8. The Steelers are getting worse. They're going to get slightly worse again this year. They're going to go like 6-10. Cool. Done.
Not horrible. Those are not horrible.
Yeah, those are
I know. Stein's cringing a little bit. I don't think that was that.
No,
bad.
I'm not critical. I just hate the Browns.
Really?
Sorry.
So I think I have a
Fair,
heyday of
fair.
my predictions. I don't know. I kind of like Tyler gave like actual predictions for that one. I want to see like what his AFC East ones would have actually been. But that's okay. We're gonna go AFC North here with mine. We're gonna go the Baltimore Ravens with the 2 seed at 13-3. They got a stacked team, and they got RG3. They got RG3 as their backup, so that just means a lot. You know what I mean? He's a big player. Ravens 13-3. I got the Cleveland Browns as the number 6 seed in the postseason. I have them 12-4.
Wow.
12-4. I love Baker Mayfield. He's the coolest name in the game. His name is Baker. Baker is the coolest name.
What did you say the record was?
12-4.
The Baker's Mayfield at 12-4.
Yes.
Wow.
I predicted them 12-4.
Oh my God.
I really think that, you know, Freddie Kitchens just didn't know what he was doing. Kevin Stefanski comes
His last name is Kitchens.
He's not on the team anymore. He's on the Giants.
Yo, somebody clip this. Oh my God.
Yes.
He's on the
Baker.
I'm too pent up to argue this right now. I'm too angry. I'm so angry right now.
I respect it.
Punch a wall, and that wall definitely would not be okay.
Yeah. I really do like, you know, Baker Mayfield thrown to Odell and Jarvis for another year. I think they're going to gel.
What, for some more interceptions?
No, I think they're going to gel for some touchdowns. You know what I mean? And then Myles Garrett going to, like, throw his helmet at people. I love that. I think Mason Rudolph sucks. I'm just going to say it.
Okay, I'll agree with that. I don't like Mason Rudolph.
I think Mason Rudolph
Rudolph
is awful. Yeah, you know, Browns 12-4. They're my lock. They're going to finish exactly 12-4. Definitely. You never know. 6 seed for the Browns. Steelers 8-8. I don't think they're like that bad, but I also don't think Ben Roethlisberger is going to be that good either. He's coming off a lot of injuries. And then I got the Bungles. We call them the Bungles here. Not the Bengals, they're the Bungles. 6-10. Definitely a better year for the Bengals. They did not finish with 6 wins last year. I think Joe Burrow, he's a beast. I think he's a tank. I think he's going to secure the bag. 6 wins for the Bengals. But, yeah, that's my predictions. Go Baker Mayfield. Stein's just looking out there.
Just not happy with this.
He's not happy. But, hey, you got to respect it. You know what I mean?
I have nothing but respect for your power rankings. That's why I'm not going to make any
I appreciate it.
comments.
I appreciate it.
You know, but I am fuming under the surface.
Yeah,
it's okay.
That's okay. I respect it.
Like deep down, but on the outside, I'm as crisp as a fresh apple in September.
Mm-hmm. In
Love
Utah.
that metaphor.
Yeah.
You have coming out of the South.
Yeah, in Utah.
AFC South.
Provo.
Yeah. Provo. Oh, AFC South.
Yeah, South, man. What do we got?
Do you want me to hit that up?
Yeah.
I could. So I said the Bills, I got them as my 2 seed in the playoffs. I have the Jets as my 7 seed. I have Baltimore. They're going to be the 1. Pittsburgh's going to be the 6. The AFC South, I see one team making it, and that's the Tennessee Titans. Ryan Tannehill is a mediocre at best quarterback, without a doubt. But Derrick Henry's a tank. And last I checked, most of the league can't stop the run appropriately. And Tannehill can still throw a ball. I think he actually got selected to a Pro Bowl this past year, if I wasn't mistaken. Or maybe he was a reserve. But he definitely got some accolade there. And I see the Tennessee Titans getting I see them getting the 4 seed. I'm going to say the 4 seed. And I think they're going to be 10-6. I see Jacksonville. Actually, no, I see Jacksonville actually. They're going to be the 8. I see Jacksonville is going to be the 8 at, let's say, 6-10. I see Phillip Rivers and the Colts at 5-11, and I see the Houston Texans at 3-13. I think they're going to flop right in their face. I think Deshaun Watson and Bill O'Brien have been nothing but mediocre for the past couple of years. They can't win in the playoffs. J.J. Watt is good, but he can't lead that defense completely. And I just don't think it's sufficient. I don't think it's going to hold up. I think the rest of the division now has weapons. I think Phil Rivers on the Colts is going to definitely put a dent in the Texans. I also think Gardner Minshew is coming along big. I mean, I'm a big Gardner Minshew fan. I'm actually getting a jersey next week. But Respect. I definitely do see I know some people down in Jacksonville, and I just have to respect it. But at the same time, I see the Jags defense is going to get shredded. Gardner Minshew can only do so much on offense. That team's not going anywhere. They're going to nowhere. The Colts, Phil Rivers is broken. He's gotten hit so many times he doesn't even know where he is on the field. That team is broken. And Houston, I think they're also just. They're not broken. They're completely mutilated. And I think they'll be flopping around like a dead fish out on a boat in a hot day in August. So yeah, there you go.
I so respect that.
I respect it.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I respect it, but I disagree. I'm agreeing with the Titans hype train. I wrote it really hard. Pause. They got 13-3 in my book. Definitely too high, but I'm playing optimistic for the Titans. That's the 3 seed. And the 5 seed in the AFC, I got Houston Texans, 12-4. Never bet against Deshaun Watson. I will never in my life bet against Deshaun Watson, especially kids. Like, he's a winner.
He's a winner. I actually love that guy. I think he's awesome.
Baker Mayfield, he's not a winner. Deshaun Watson, if he's on the field, his team can win.
I could get behind the part where you said Baker Mayfield's not a winner.
Yeah. I think Damian Lillard and Deshaun Watson are, like, very similar. In my opinion, like, if they're on, they can win that game.
Mm-hmm. I will agree with that statement.
Thank you. I respect that.
I agree.
I respect it. I'm big against Bill O'Brien, but I respect your rankings.
Yeah.
Where do you see the Jags?
The Jags, I only have at 4-12. I'm not feeling too high on them.
You're not riding the Minshew train straight through Buffalo Station?
He just needs a little bit more help. Maybe next year, if they get anything else, they'll be higher, but they lost a lot. And I got the Colts at 6-10 because, I don't know. I'm not expecting too much. They could definitely be higher. I'd say high is like 9-7, but I'd be surprised.
I think the Colts are going to be. I agree with you. I think the Colts aren't going to be so hot this year. But I think Jacoby Brissett is going to learn a lot from Philip Rivers.
That's true.
I think under that tutelage, he's going to be a much better quarterback, and I can see them doing something in 2 or 3 years. I think Philip Rivers is
tutelage.
What?
Shout out tutelage.
Shout out tutelage. I think Phil Rivers is a great role model, and definitely as a kid, just someone you look up to. Watching as a quarterback. I actually became a San Diego Chargers fan for a hot second when I was 7 years old, just because of Phil Rivers.
And he has a lot of kids. So.
He has 8 kids. I mean,
he's on the road to 10. We're on the road to 1,000. He's on the road to 10.
See, that was one of my dreams. I always said I'd want to put like 20 little Ben Steins out in the world. I mean, I don't see an issue with that.
I don't see an issue with it either.
But better chance one of them becomes president. Am I right?
I know.
Like, you got to stack the deck in your favor.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Dude, if Philip Rivers has 10 kids, he can run an offense with his whole family.
Facts.
Just think about that for a second.
Team Philip Rivers. I love that. I love that a lot. What about you, Tyler? What about your South? What do you got?
Yes. So I ranked the AFC South.
South.
I had a stroke again. AFC South. I ranked the AFC South based off of their names. So we're gonna start off at the top. Obviously, we have the Tennessee Titans. Dude, the Titans, classic name, big boys. Plus, it flows so well. Tennessee Titans, We love it when those first letters match. It's beautiful,
Oh, I
beautiful.
love that too.
Second place.
Alliteration, baby.
Definitely. Exactly, yes.
I think I know.
Second
who's
up, we got
next.
Jacksonville Jaguars. The Jaguars, honestly, not a crazy cool name. Jaguars has a little bit of class because of the car name, but not crazy. However, once again, alliteration. And Jacksonville, oh my God, sounds so great paired up with Jaguars. There's something that just really flows about that, So that's number 2. 3, we got Houston Texans. That's more like a 9-7. It's not too bad of a third place because Texans are pretty cool. I'm intrigued to know what a Texan is. I mean, it refers to Texas, but that's still pretty interesting,
Barbecue.
Houston, I don't know. It doesn't flow as well, but it's fine. I'll give it a pass because it is interesting. And then finally, we have Indianapolis Colts, dead last, 0-16. The Colts, not interesting. I don't care what a Colt is. I don't want to research to figure out what it is. The, horseshoe thing on the bottom, whatever. Too much. Indianapolis, I hate that. It sounds disgusting. I hate saying the name Indianapolis. Oh my God.
Can't even say it.
I'm sure it's a great city. Don't get me wrong.
You can't even say South.
And it does not flow. So those are my predictions. Thank you very much.
Those are intense.
I have nothing but respect for those predictions.
Yeah.
I know I looked super bored during those predictions. That's just my average look. I look that way in class too.
I respect that so much. I think it's awesome.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not actually bored. Just sometimes I look bored. I'm always hyped. Always stoked to be here.
Love that. All right, my South. Honestly, I did these predictions not remembering Phillip Rivers is on the Colts. I was thinking Jacoby Brissett in there. So I think my Colts prediction is a little off. But, over here, I got the Tennessee Titans, number 3 seed, 11-5. I love what they're doing. I think it's also a very good sign that Ryan Tannehill won 2 playoff games throwing for under 100 yards in both of them. I think it's a great sign for them because, if Ryan Tannehill isn't playing that well, they can do it if they're running. They can do it if they're defense. I also think Ryan Tannehill isn't that bad when he's healthy. He is kind of an injury-prone player. But I do respect that they re-signed him. I also super respect Mike Vrabel as a coach. I think he's awesome.
Yep.
He's a former Patriot, former number 50. Shout out Vrabel. Shout out, Nankovich, the boys. Titans 11-5. I love that team. Bunch of Patriots over there. Next, got the Texans. I think they're 8-8. I don't think they're making the playoffs. I think Bill O'Brien's awful. I think Deshaun Watson's great. I think the Texans suck though. I without DeAndre Hopkins, obviously second place in my opinion. I think they're better than the Colts and the Jags without DeAndre Hopkins. But Bill O'Brien doesn't know what he's doing. I think he's awful. Texans second place. Yeah. Third place got the Colts. I have them 4-12. I think they win more games with Phillip Rivers. I just did not remember that he was the quarterback. Colts 4-12. The team around him, I don't have that much respect for overall. Respect, overall, but not that much. I'm not that hyped about it. And the Jags, I got 3-13. I actually think Minshew is great. I think he's a really solid player. I don't respect the team around him. I don't know why. But, just looking at the schedule, I was like, all right, Jags don't win that one. Jags don't win that one, So those are my predictions. Titans are the only team coming out of that division. I think that division's super weak.
I respect that. I feel the same way, man.
Mm-hmm. West time.
West, let's get it. I'm stoked for the West.
West is cool. I love the West.
I got the Kansas City Chiefs coming in third place. I had Baltimore 1. I got Buffalo 2. I got Kansas City 3. And I got Kansas City coming in with a record hot at 12-4. But they play the Bills, so I think they're going to lose the tiebreaker. And I see Kansas City. I see Patrick Mahomes doing Patrick Mahomes things, putting up 50 points a game. I see that offense flourishing, and the defense doesn't even need to be that good. But they are going to be good because they have great coaching. And the Chiefs are going to be 12-4, and they're going to tie the Buffalo Bills, but lose out on the tiebreaker. The 5 seed, I have my 5 seed as the LA Chargers. And I'd like to go a little bit into this one because they have Tyrod Taylor. Now, if you guys remember Tyrod Taylor, the first time the Bills made the playoffs back in 2017, he was their quarterback. Tyrod got them started that year at 5-2. And then, things started to derail a little bit. They lost a game, went to 5-3. And then they were 5-4. And then they went out to San Diego to play Phillip Rivers and San Diego Chargers. And Tyrod got benched. And they put in Nathan Peterman for that game. And this was back in 2017. And Nathan Peterman threw 6 interceptions in one half for the Bills to be down 37-7 at halftime until they put Tyrod back in the second half, where he ended up throwing. Well, I think he threw for another touchdown, but they got 17 points, ended up losing the game 54-24. It was a blowout. But that said a lot. They benched him for 2.5 games, a classic Bills move. But then he came back in and showed a lot of charisma, and the team got to the playoffs. And then they made the playoffs, and they played the Jaguars in the first round. And then Tyrod ended up getting hurt, and they put in Peterman again, and he threw a game-ending interception for them to seal the 10-3 loss. And unfortunately,
high score fair.
Tyrod was 7 of 15 for 147 yards and 1 interception that game.
That's pretty good.
But anyway, the Chargers have some weapons on offense. They have Austin Eckler. They have a couple other dudes who are legends. They have good coaching with Anthony Lynn. He knows what he's doing. And I see this team making the playoffs. I see, a 10-6 Chargers team. Tyrod's shown promise, and I think he feels he has something to prove out in LA now. He played a game for Cleveland, and they started booing him and wanted Baker to play. So that's what happened, and he got benched in Cleveland. I think he's angry, and I think he knows he could ball, and I think that's what he's going to do. He's going to ball. I see the Broncos. I love Drew Lock. If it wasn't for the rest of his team, I'd actually have Drew Lock as the MVP this year, 100%. I'm a diehard Drew Lock fan. I actually might get a Drew Lock jersey. But I see Drew Lock and the Broncos ending up, 7-9 and just missing out on the playoffs to the New York Jets. I think Drew Lock is an exceptional athlete. I see him as a good quarterback. But I don't really know what the Broncos have. I mean, they have him and they have that guy Philip Lindsay, who's a great running back. Shout out to Philip Lindsay, dude. But the Broncos, I don't see them going too far. And then the Las Vegas Raiders, man, John Gruden is just a train wreck. Let's just say it right now. The Las Vegas Raiders are just atrocious. Derek Carr doesn't know. They have Derek Carr and Marcus Mariota. That's not better than a Jameis Winston, Ryan Fitzpatrick situation in Tampa in 2018. I mean,
I agree.
it's just not. Marcus Mariota is a complete underperformer, and Derek Carr, it's like, oh, we're only doing better. He's like, he thinks he's good at football or something. Like, dude, you're not good. Like, stop lying to yourself. Honestly. So the Las Vegas Raiders, they think they're cool because they're moving to Sin City. And yeah, Sin City's pretty cool, but not the Raiders. Raiders are going to be 5-11. And I mean, their fan base, which is basically a bunch of prisoners. I think, half of them are going to get arrested before the end of the season. So.
Respect. Such respect for that. I love that.
Wow, that was very in-depth.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus.
I'm going to say we got the Chiefs, 15-1, same record as the Ravens, but I think they play, so the Chiefs get the tiebreak, so they're number 1. Again, they might be upset too, but picking these games, it felt right to go 15-1. Then 6th seed for the playoffs. I'm riding the hype. Drew Lock, Cortland Sutton, one of the most underrated wide receivers. I'm assuming they still have Von Miller. I really don't even know.
Yep, they still do.
I think things are going to fall their way. There's always a team that kind of ends up in the playoffs, and maybe it was under-deserved, but Broncos 9-7, 6th seed for the playoffs. Young team, you have a lot of hope for the future.
You got to believe Drew Lock also learned a lot from Joe Flacco last season.
Oh,
honestly,
facts.
yeah.
And that's Joe Flacco was the man.
He was once potentially considered in the conversation of being an elite quarterback. So
is Joe Flacco?
I mean, he was the most average regular season quarterback.
Oh yeah.
The only
I respect for
player,
Super Bowl 47 though. Mm-hmm.
And then we
the
got
only more average player than Joe Flacco was Trent Dilfer.
Oh, Trent Dilfer was hyped, dude.
Then we got the Vegas Raiders.
Go ahead, Hodge. I cut you off.
Got the Las Vegas Raiders at 7-9. Not much to report there. And then the Chargers 4-12. Not feeling them this year.
Respect.
Love Anthony Lynn, great coach, but Tyrod Taylor, I don't know if he can carry all that weight.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. I guess I just see a lot of myself in Tyrod. I'm much more of a rushing quarterback. I don't really throw the ball.
Yeah.
Right,
respect, man. Respect. What about you, Tyler? What do you got?
All right. So I ranked the West because I wasn't feeling the ranking, so I ranked them based off of their logos. So we're gonna start off at the top. We have the Denver Broncos. Now I know this might not seem like the most interesting one. To be honest, it wasn't crazy up there in comparison to the rest of the NFL, but it's clean, it's nice and cut. It's a cool horse. It's really all you need at the end of the day.
Cool
Solid colors.
horse.
It's a cool horse. It's all you need. Second place, we got the Kansas City Chiefs. They didn't have a lot to work here, but they put the arrowhead together. They put some flames on it. It looks nice. It could be better. I think they could have done something a little more interesting in the center, but we'll take what we can get. KC Chiefs, solid. Third place, it's a little further down, a lot further down to be honest. This is a low third place. We have the LA Chargers. It's clean, it's pretty, it's got good colors, but it's just a lightning bolt. It's kind of boring. It's pretty boring, honestly. They barely made the cut here. And then last, we have the Las Vegas Raiders. This one's just ugly. Black and white, gross colors. It's this guy with an old football helmet on. To be fair, I can respect the nod to the history of the game, but it really just does not come forward in a good, nice way. It just looks so trashy. There are so many other ways to be respectful to the history of the game to make your logo look good. They just don't pull it off here. Just not down there. But they are an 0-16 logo. God, ew. All right.
Mm-hmm. Hey, respect to that. I think
my next one will be an actual review. I promise. I kind of
feel like those predictions, just in terms of logos, are actually kind of on par. Honestly, mad respect. I also think the new Chargers uniforms are overrated, low key. But topic for another day. We're gonna go with the AFC West here, and I rank them off their football abilities. So first, we got the number 1 seed Kansas City Chiefs. I think they have the best team in football. I think that's pretty simple to say. 14-2. Pat Mahomes now makes more than baseball players, which is unheard of. I think that's pretty cool. 14-2 for that guy. I love the Broncos train. I think they're a great team this year. I think they're the 5 seed at 13-3. I really do. I think that Drew Lock plays football. I think Von Miller plays football. I think Philip Lindsay plays football.
Cortland Sutton, respect.
Cortland Sutton, he was on my fantasy team last year.
He was a Pro Bowler. He got the nod.
Exactly.
Decided not to go.
Yeah, respect. But yeah, Broncos 13-3. Probably not a correct prediction, but Drew Lock trained. You know what I mean?
I have respect for it, though. I mean, the Broncos are definitely one of those teams where when you watch them, you're like, damn, this is a fun team to watch. Yeah. The whole AFC West is fun. They're running around like it's the Wild West. All you need is Bush Cassidy and the Sundance Kid shooting some, sockets out there.
And Uncle Rico, man. Don't forget about Uncle Rico throwing that football over the mountains.
That's what I'm saying. And you got a Cody, Wyoming rodeo show.
Yes.
That's all I'm saying.
That's what I'm talking about. It turns into
one of those things where you're gunslinging.
I respect that. I think this division is super top heavy, and then I think the Raiders and the Chargers, I don't think they're any good this year. I really don't.
It's a weak division.
Now, I think it's really important for just everyone to understand that there's at least one tie in every football season. I think the Raiders and Chargers do that when they meet up for the first time this season. They go over to SoFi Stadium, Los Angeles, and that is perfect tie conditions for a little Derek Carr, Tyrod Taylor turnover fest.
That pick.
I'm talking Derek Carr, 16 for 29, 240 yards, 1 touchdown, 3 interceptions. I'm talking Tyrod Taylor, 8 for 15, 141 yards. We're talking, no touchdowns, 1 interception, 1 fumble in 5 carries, 60 yards, and a rushing touchdown.
I think he gets safety.
Really? I don't know, man.
I see a 19-19 tie, and you know what I see actually happening there? I see a potential for a game-tying safety from the Raiders.
Really?
I see the Chargers on 19-17, and I see the Raiders dropping a fat safety, and then the game ending.
Mm-hmm. I respect it. I really do. I think it's more of a 13-13 tie. I think it's a pretty boring game, but
this is what I think.
What?
Ready? Marcus Mariota is going to win the starting job over Derek Carr midway through the season. Derek Carr is going to go on a new team and have a great career, but I think this is Mariota's team after the halfway point.
I actually agree. I agree completely.
I see Derek Carr actually going to Jacksonville and fighting it out with Gardner Minshew.
Oh, love that for him. I think it's awesome. But I think the Raiders, I think both these predictions are incorrect in terms of how many wins they get. But Raiders 3-12-1. I don't think they're any good this year. I think Derek Carr, he's gonna he's going to lose his starting job by week 6. I think Marcus Mariota is going to lose his starting job by week 14, and Nathan Peterman is going to save this football team and get him over.
Peterman. I mean, John Gruden said he's high on Nathan Peterman. I'm
high on him too. You know, Ben, you disrespected him earlier. He had 5 interceptions the first half.
But what I say is interceptions and touchdowns, it's all the same at the end of the day. You're just thrown to one team or another.
That's right, man. I love that.
Interceptions are just thrown to the other team. They're still completions, though. Let's be honest. He's just completing the ball to the wrong team. But it's okay. And at the end of the day, those could be 5 touchdowns also. 0 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. Why don't we flip it? 5 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. So 141 yards. Why don't we say 411 yards? It's all the same. These are statistics. Why not?
I love that. I love that so much. But, yeah, I think Raiders 3-12-1. I actually kind of respect John Gruden, but it's not there. And then the Chargers 2-13-1. You can't respect the Chargers for being in Los Angeles. You know, the Raiders are Los Angeles / Oakland / Vegas. Sort of respect those 2 cities, but the Chargers should be in San Diego or just.
Yeah, they are a San Diego football team, man. Rubio's Tacos isn't proud of that.
Yes, let's go. But yeah, Chargers 2-13-1. I think they're awful. But yeah, you know, this is a longer episode. I just gotta say that. I'll notice that. You know, let's go NFC.
NFC East. Washington football team, I have gone 12-4. Washington football team, I believe that the Eagles and the Giants are both disgraceful. And I think Dak is overpaid and a poor quarterback. So I think Alex Smith is going to come in and do a great job. And I also think Ron Rivera feels like he definitely has something to prove since he got fired in Carolina. Washington football team 12-4. Dallas Cowboys 6-10. Philadelphia Eagles 5-11. New York Giants 2-14.
Really? Hey, respect, man.
I think this is like the most mediocre division.
Yeah.
I think it's always, you know what I mean?
It's always mediocre.
I have the Cowboys winning the division at 9-7 because somebody has to, but they're the worst team for the NFC in the playoffs. And I think that is my lock. The Cowboys will make the playoffs, but they will be the worst team there for the NFC. Then we got the Eagles at 8-8, right there, maybe next year. The Giants at 6-10, and the Redskins are the football team from Washington at 4-12. I think the Giants and the Redskins they can both be fine, and that's just kind of the way the schedule went.
Can I mirror that? That was like exactly what I was going to say.
Really?
I think I was a little conflicted between the Eagles and the Cowboys for the division, but hearing it out loud, it's definitely the Cowboys. I mean, not because like they're that good, but like you said, just because they just happen to be a little bit.
Amari Cooper for me, it just does it
exactly.
Amari
19.
Oh, and the Giants suck. I think everybody's over predicting, but that's fine.
No, the Giants are. They could be okay.
Danny Dimes has a.
Danny Dimes is.
Okay.
Danny Dimes.
Danny Dimes, dude.
So Tyler, you had the same order.
Danny Dimes too fire.
So Tyler also said boys, Eagles, Giants, football team.
Mm-hmm. No. Giants are last. Giants are the last.
Oh, football team, then the Giants.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Really?
Boys, birds.
I love the Giants, but they disappoint me every season. I'm not expecting anything better.
I think Tyler's an idiot. Just gonna say it, but gonna go with my NFC East predictions here. I got the Philadelphia Eagles winning this division at 10-6. I think Carson Wentz is a hell of a quarterback. I think he throws the football. You know what I mean? And let's say the Eagles are healthy with their receivers, they got a chance. They really do, especially with this division because the division is terrible. Cowboys 7-9. I do respect Dak Prescott. I don't know how the Cowboys are going to do any better in terms of quarterback, but Cowboys, I don't know. I just don't really vibe with them. 7-9. I think the Giants go 7-9 too. I think the Cowboys get that tiebreaker, but neither of them make the playoffs. Danny football, Daniel Jones. I think he can play the game. I think the Giants have a little bit better team this year. I don't know, 7-9. I got the football team. They're not winning a game. There's literally no chance. They do not deserve to win a football game with that team name. They're going 0-16. Respect to Ron Rivera. Respect to Dwayne Haskins Jr. But this team does not win a single football game because of their team name. You're going out there.
There's a football team. It's in the name.
That is the stupidest team name I've ever seen.
No one tell him about the Cleveland Browns. Also don't have a name, mascot.
That's a team
or
name.
logo.
No, they're not. They don't have a team name. They don't have a mascot. They don't have an organization. They're a disgrace to Ohio. I think they should just fall into Lake Erie at this point. Like,
No, but for
I'm
real,
telling
though,
you.
there's the whole controversy. I think, they should just came out with like either the, Red Tails or Red Wolves or whatever and did that out. I respect them taking time, but you cannot trot out a team and just call them the football team because every other team's the football team. This is the dumbest thing I've ever seen. 0-16 Reds football team. Sorry.
The context doesn't matter. Your football team can't be named football team. And
Like pick
literally
anything. Just be the Washington
Washington
Tigers.
Yeah.
Washington.
Please.
Just wear Nationals uniforms. Be the not Washington Nationals.
Literally, I would be more okay with the Washington
That'd be
Nationals
hilarious.
as a football and baseball team than the Washington football team. Christ.
What's our next division?
The NFC North. Let's try to go lightning round.
Minnesota.
Lightning round.
They're gonna get the 2 seed, I believe. Kirk Cousins is gonna go off 13-3. Vikings, Packers 9-7. I think Aaron Rodgers is gonna do good, but I see them as a 7 seed. I just don't. I think he's aging, not enough pieces. I see the Detroit Lions going 6-10. Shout out to my boy Ryan Simon in Toledo, Ohio. I know you're a diehard Lions fan. That's my big. And then I see the Chicago Bears. Mitch Trubisky is just awful. 3-13, and Mitch Trubisky gets fired and is out of the league because he's terrible.
I don't know if he plays the sport. You know what I mean?
I mean, your last name is Trubisky. That just says something.
Mm-hmm.
I got the Packers at 11-5. Aaron Rodgers is not done. What's his name? Devontae Adams is a very good wide receiver. And new coach, new team. Let's get some energy in there.
Yeah, they were good with LaFleur last year. So
yeah, they're going to be the 3 seed, 11-5. Vikes and Bears both 5-11, but the Vikes have the tie break. Not that it matters. And Lions 4-12. Not much coming out of there.
I don't think so either. I don't know if they play sports.
Okay, I'll make this quick. Green Bay Packers at the top. I don't know. Whatever. Well, I'll just pretend they're going to be 13-3. They're good. Aaron Rodgers is timeless. Minnesota, right on them. Let's say 11-5. They're also just really good. I don't need an explanation for that one. Chicago Bears. I don't know. I like Shima said, I don't vibe with them. I think they're getting last behind the Lions. I know that sounds crazy, but Matt Stafford is good. And one of these days, something will happen, and he will finally not be a part of a terrible football organization. And I think it's about time that happens. Honestly. So I'm just going to pretend that it's this year, okay?
Yeah.
First time I've agreed with Tyler all podcast. Yeah.
Yeah, I very rarely agree with Tyler ever in life. So I respect that. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I'm going to go with my NFC North predictions here. I'm going to rank them based off of football ability. I'm going to go Green Bay Packers. They're going to be the number 1 seed, 15-1. This is a hell of a Packers football team. I don't know why, but I just pick them winning football games. My Kirk Cousins Vikings, number 5 seed, 14-2. Here's the thing with Kirk Cousins. Love the man. It's clear he just doesn't shine as well in primetime football games. It's just a fact. Look at the stats. He beat the Saints last year. That's a huge step forward. But we got to admit, there being no fans in the stands this year, most likely, that's going to help him out a lot. 14-2 Vikes. This is going to be a hell of a year for Kirk Cousins. He may be the MVP. Bears 3-13. That's a big drop, but I think it's fair. Mitch Trubisky, I don't know if he's a football player. You know what I mean? Nick Foles is going to replace him in like week 9 or week 10. He's only good on the Eagles. Let's just say it. Let's just face the facts here. 3-13 Chicago Bears. And we got my Matt Patricia-led 1-15 Detroit Lions. I feel bad for Matt Stafford. He deserves a lot better. I think he's going to be injured by like week 4. It's towards the end of his career, and he just, he got injured around that time last year. This is a 1-15 Lions team. Matt Patricia is a awful head coach. He's a great defensive coordinator, awful coach. He's bad. Matt Stafford deserves better. The Lions are a disgraceful franchise. I think they're the worst ever franchise, 1-15 Lions.
All right. Let's just go straight into the NFC South.
Okay. I'm going to say this right now. The Saints are a great football team, and Drew Brees is a great quarterback. And he's 40 years old, but that team, he's still looking better than Brady right now. He can throw downfield better than Brady. And that football team is going to go 11-5. He's looking a little sprier, and I see that team getting a 4 seed. I don't think they're going to be great, but I think they're going to be very, very good. I see Tom Brady and the Patriots coming in at 10-6.
No, they're called the Buccaneers
They're
this
a
year.
good football team. They're not.
You call them
What?
the Patriots.
Tom Brady and the Buccaneers coming in at 10-6.
Oh, that's
That's a big slip up. That's
funny.
a Tyler level mistake.
Are the Pats in the South now? You never know.
I'm just laughing too hard. Tom Brady and the Buccaneers coming at 10-6. Very, very good football team. Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, some of the best receivers in the league. They have a decent coach. And I also think, the management is really laid back. They're really funny. It's Tampa. It's lively. It's Tom Brady. It's Tampa Bay, and they're going 10-6.
Yep.
I think the Falcons, Matt Ryan can still ball. And he still has, some weapons with him. And I don't think they're going to be terrible, but I don't think they're going to be good. I think they're going to go 6-10, not make the playoffs. And then the Carolina Panthers are just a disgrace. Let's just flat out say it. They have nobody. Their management is poor. The Carolina Panthers, you can say what you want about Teddy Bridgewater or whatever. Is he on the Panthers now?
Yeah,
no,
so.
maybe not.
Starting quarterback.
Who's their quarterback?
He's
their starting quarterback? Okay. Yeah, they're not going anywhere. They're on a road to nowhere. They're going nowhere faster than Mitch Trubisky is with the Bears. They're going 1-15. I don't see Carolina doing anything ever. So there you go.
No, I overall agree. I got Saints at the 1 seed, 14-2. Again, probably an over prediction, but they're going to be good. They got the Bucks, 13-3. I feel like that's pretty accurate. They're going to be good again. Yeah, Brady, Godwin, Evans, their defense is
Gronk. Don't forget Gronk.
Gronk. How could I forget? That's back. How do you stop that?
Mm-hmm.
And I think their defense is pretty young, but also pretty talented. So hopefully that goes well for them. Falcons, I agree with Stein. They're good, but not enough to get it done. 7-9, missed the playoffs by 2 spots. Julio Jones, best receiver in the league, but not much there. And then Panthers, worst team in the league, 2-14. Not expecting anything. Love Teddy Bridgewater. Hope he eventually finds somewhere and sticks and goes far, but 2-14.
I think this is intense stuff. What about you, Tyler?
All right, I will be ranking the NFC South based off of their fan bases. We are going to start with number 1, the obvious New Orleans Saints. Oh my God, there is no topping these people. New Orleans, good point. They are insane. They go nuts. They are huge. They are everywhere. Wow. It's a close number 2, but the Tom Brady stands push it over to Tampa Bay definitely. You got to respect it. They put their heart and soul out there. A lot of these Southern teams do, but Tampa Bay takes it just by a hair at the end of the day. We're going to follow up in third with the Atlanta Falcons, another pretty big fan base. Probably deserve to be higher, but they're ranking among some pretty high, some pretty solid fan bases. And then in last place, not to be counted out, the Carolina Panthers. Also have a solid fan base, especially down there. A lot of football hype, a lot of respect. Unfortunately, they got a tough crowd there competing against some big names, so they can't keep it up. But Carolina Panthers in last, nothing to be disrespectful about.
Respect.
Yeah, you can be disrespectful. They're awful.
Okay, their fan base, bro. Their fan base is different.
Everything about them is just atrocious.
Oh God.
Intense stuff.
Yeah.
My NFC South. It's an intense situation here. I think the Bucs win the division. I really do. I think they're gonna edge out the Saints. I think they're gonna go 13-3 and get that number 3 seed in the playoffs. I think they're gonna do it with a mediocre Tom Brady. He's 43. Come on, but he's an adult quarterback. I don't think Jameis Winston is an adult quarterback. I think some analysts like Coward or something said that he's like the Bucs are a really good team now because they have an adult quarterback. I think it's completely fair. This is a 13-3 Bucs team. The Saints, I think they're gonna make the playoffs at 9-7, but they are gonna lose a lot with no fans in the stands. You know, the New Orleans Superdome, the Mercedes-Benz Superdome or whatever, because of the fans in the stands. I have friends from that area, and that's all they talk about. They think the Saints are the greatest thing in the world. They are not, but they are 9-7. Panthers, I actually respect Teddy Bridgewater a lot. I think he's a great football player. I think their new coach is actually really good too. He's from Baylor. Panthers are going 8-8, and I don't really respect the Falcons at all this year. I really don't. I respect Matt Ryan a little bit, but I think their coach is going to be fired after this year. I think it's a 4-12 year for the Atlanta Falcons. I think their uniforms are awful. I think they're trash, terrible uniforms. Little 4-12 for the Falcons.
I actually like that. I like that.
Mm-hmm. Little NFC West. Yeah.
Big upset prediction here in the NFC West. Jared Goff is a mediocre quarterback. Sean McVay is a great coach. LA Rams 13-3 and getting the 2 seed out in the NFC West. I see the LA Rams doing big things.
Hot take.
I have respect for that organization. I like what they're doing in LA. They are the team of LA, not the Chargers, but Tyrod is still the GOAT.
Facts.
I see the Seattle Seahawks coming in at 10-6, getting a 6 seed. They're a good football team, and Russell Wilson is just a winner. Anyone who says Russell Wilson's not a winner is wrong. Russell Wilson is a winner. He will always be a winner, and that team is going back to the playoffs. And the San Francisco 49ers, Jimmy Garoppolo, I'm just not convinced he's better than an average quarterback. I'm not convinced that team has enough weapons to actually go anywhere.
I agree.
Every year they're good. They always have one year where they're bad the next year. And I think that's exactly what's going to happen. This is not a team that's better than being slightly above average. I don't even think they're going to be I think they're going 8-8. San Francisco 49ers going 8-8. And then I see the Arizona Cardinals going to 7-9. Kyler Murray, big steps this year. I think that team's going to be decent. But again, it's a tough division, and I don't think Cliff Kingsbury could completely get the job done. And I think there's going to be a couple more years development out in Arizona. But mad respect to Phoenix, Arizona, the Valley of the Sun, and Cold Stone Creamery, because that's big out in Arizona. So we got to respect Cold Stone Creamery in the Arizona Cardinals.
And Flagstaff.
Mega
city.
That's just the home of Ben Stein University. To everyone watching this, I just want you to apply to Ben Stein U at Flagstaff. Great university, great agricultural studies program.
Yeah, I respect it.
I got the winner himself, Russell Wilson, 13-3, 2 seed.
Boom!
In the NFC best, because this is the best division. You got the NFC least and the NFC best.
This is
and
the
I
best
think
division.
The Cardinals get lucky with some games, win some nail biters, and get the schedule in their favor. They're 11-5. They like that D-Hop and Murray, Kingsbury. He's the new Sean McVay. Sean McVay's out. Cliff Kingsbury's in. Then you got the Niners. I think they're good enough to make the playoffs at 10-6, 7 seed, but they're going to see a first-round exit. And the Rams, considering they're last in the division, 7-9. That's nothing to sneeze at. They got to bounce back. They lost their best weapon. Aaron Donald's a beast, but I don't think Jared Goff can support the team by himself.
Respect.
Okay. So in case anybody didn't know up until this point, I don't really know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, you don't.
In case you hadn't realized yet. But yeah, I'm looking at these top 3 teams, which are the Niners, the Seahawks, and the Rams, and I don't know who to pick for first place. It's really tough. I'm gonna put the Rams at the top of the division. I'm really unsure about this. Like, a lot of good teams.
Hey, don't count out the Cardinals.
It's tough to make a decision here, but the Rams are good. They just are. They've been good for the past 2 years. Sean McVay is obviously incredible. Their offense has been high powered. I don't know if it's gonna stick where it is, but they're good. I don't know. After that, I have the Niners. I listen. I don't know a ton about what I'm talking about, but when a team makes the Super Bowl, you have to at least assume that they're gonna take second in the division. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. I know that there have been teams who have made the Super Bowl, lost, and then been terrible the previous years, but are they really that bad? I don't think so. I don't know. So put them at second. It's a little disappointing because that leaves. Should we acknowledge that Will's camera's off? Or
let's just keep going.
Okay.
Keep grinding. Grind never stops.
He'll come back. He's hot.
Do your thing. It's really hard for me to put the Seattle Seahawks out of the playoffs. Like, that doesn't feel right.
It feels like putting West Virginia next to Tennessee. It's not right.
It just doesn't feel right.
But the other 2 teams are so good. I don't know.
Hey.
This feels uncomfortable because, like you've said, Ben, like Seattle, I forget what their head coach's name is, but that guy's
Pete
good.
Carroll.
Yeah, he's really good. And like you said, Russell Wilson is a winner. It doesn't make sense putting them outside of the playoffs, but I look at this division, and it doesn't make sense having them in the playoffs at the same time.
All right, make a pick, dude.
No, so they're in third place. That's what it is. It's not perfect. I'm doing my best here. And then, I'm sorry, the Cardinals compared to these three teams, they're not good enough. They're good, don't get me wrong. Like you said, Kyler Murray's on the rise. I respect the team. They're not good enough. They're gonna
I agree.
They're gonna be fourth in the division. They'll be good, but not good enough.
Super Bowl predictions?
Wait,
Wait,
I
we gotta
haven't
hear
done mine
Chima.
yet.
Oh, sorry.
I respect it though. I think it's funny, like Tyler just being like, first like I don't know anything, and then
The Rams are so good.
He's like, the Rams are so good. This team, you're not good enough. You're not good enough. I just think it's fun. I respect it.
I know.
2 seed Seattle Seahawks. They got some players. They got Russ, Danger Russ. They got Metcalf, bodybuilder, dad bod, 14-2. I respect that team a lot. Great team. Seattle, I went there like a little while ago. Like not right now, but like a little while ago. Great city too. Sports, man. 14-2. I got the 6 seed 49ers. They're going to be 11-5. I don't think Garoppolo is like – I think he's like pretty good. I think he's a pretty good quarterback, but he's not like next level by any means. 11-5, I think, is a really good place for this 49ers team. A little Super Bowl hangover. Usually I feel like Super Bowl teams that lose, they just have hangovers, you know. So this team's going to do it a little better with Joey Bosa and whatnot. That's right. That's right, Stein. I love that. Little 11
You just saw a towel and some shirts on the ground.
Disrespect, man. Disrespect.
Yeah.
Winning ground.
Yeah. So we got the Niners 11-5. We got the Cardinals 7-9. I think Kyle Murray is pretty good, but I think Kingsbury too. Sports, man. But 7-9. They're not there yet. Next year though, could win the division. And then we got the Rams also at 7-9. They lose the tiebreaker. I don't know about Jared Goff, man. I just don't know. But also like their new uniforms are kind of sketchy. I don't know how I feel about them. I don't know. Like I actually like their new logo, but like their uniforms, like they have this like they have like Rams here, but then it's like a little like squiggly line. I think it's pathetic. I think it's terrible. So we're gonna go 7-9 with the Rams. McVay though, great guy. But should we do a little Super Bowl predictions? Just
Yeah.
Who's playing who, and then a little winner.
Stein, what about you?
Okay. Out of the NFC, I'm going to choose the Minnesota Vikings. I think they're going to Super Bowl. Kirk Cousins, like you said, Chima, there's no fans in the stadium. There's no fans. It's going to help them.
It's going to help.
That Minnesota team's a good ball club, man. They're a good ball club. Mike Zimmer, he's the coach, Mike Zimmer?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a good football coach. It's a good football team. They're going all the way this year. I see the Vikes making it to the Super Bowl, and I see them playing my Buffalo Bills. Josh Allen, this year's going to come together for him. I see Stephon Diggs doing great things. Cole Beasley is an elite receiver. I see him making a ton of catches. And John Brown's going to be a great second option.
Right.
He was good in Arizona. He's not a number one. He's a good number two. He's going to be great. And that defense, man, you can't stop that defense. Jordan Poyer, dude, and Tre'Davious White, man, that's just too good. Buffalo Bills over the Minnesota Vikings, 31-27. And the Bills getting their first ever Super Bowl after making 4 appearances in the 90s. Now they will be 1-4, 1 out of 5 Super Bowls won. And I do think Sean McDermott gets a raise, as he rightfully does, and a crown comes to the city of Buffalo, and maybe the unemployment rate actually drops. We'll see about that.
Respect it, man. Little
right.
tables broken.
I'll go.
Definitely some tables broken. I'm going to lose some limbs.
Mm-hmm.
I see the Chiefs coming out of the AFC. See the Chiefs-Ravens matchup, but Mahomes, his paycheck wins the day. And out of the NFC, as a Pats fan, I have to respect him. Tom Brady takes them to the Super Bowl.
Really?
And I think it's like really hard. I keep going back and forth between who wins. I'm just going to say the Chiefs because that just feels easier to pick. Because they did it last year. They proved they can do it. I think it's going to be like 50-44. It's going to be high scoring. Just those exhilarating offenses.
Football. Dude, respect that, man. Respect. Love that. Tom Brady. What about you, Tyler?
Okay.
You gonna pick him based off logos again, or what?
I think it's gonna be really close. I think it's I go back and forth. I think with a score of 72-75, I think the Wizards get it over the Suns. Definitely.
All right.
I couldn't. I was really close. Okay. No.
What about football teams?
Yeah. Right. Oh. Okay. Yeah. No, I have. What was it? I got Ravens, Packers. Ravens take it.
Ravens, Packers, man. What a matchup.
Dude, Ravens
Definitely
Packs,
possible.
man.
The Packers have been too good for too long, and Aaron Rodgers is back in the Super Bowl.
They don't have Joe Flacco, though, the Ravens. How are they supposed to make the Super Bowl without Joe Flacco?
Didn't even think about that.
Joe Flacco.
Dude, Joe Flacco's God.
He is God.
All right, Chima.
My turn. I'm gonna go with the Baltimore Ravens out of the AFC. You know, I respect him a lot with Lamar. You know, he's 0-2 in the playoffs. I think it's his time, man. I think this is the time for him. And they have RG3 as their backup. Like, can't stress that enough. Probably like one of the best players in the league, RG3.
And the Heisman package with Ingram.
Yes, with Ingram too. You gotta respect it. And then out of the NFC as the 5 seed, you gotta go with Kirk Cousins and the Vikes, man. That's a hell of a franchise. Kirk Cousins.
I see the Vikes making it too.
Yeah, the MVP Kirk Cousins. This is his year. You gotta respect him. You gotta respect this team. Justin Jefferson, I think he's gonna replace Stephon Diggs, and he's gonna do just fine. Dude, great Vikes team. I think the Vikings are gonna win this Super Bowl. I think they're gonna win by the score of 21-16. They're gonna beat out the Ravens, and you know that's our episode here. That's our episode. What a time!
That's it.
We know it's a little longer, and I really hope you listen to all of it. And if you're still here, comment Stein is gas, because Stein is gas. Thank you.
I was gonna say, if you made it this far, comment below what chalky milk you're drinking along with us. You know what I mean? What was it? Tell us what you're chugging along, what you're gassing. You feel me?
Like this if you want Stein to come back in a future episode. We'd love to have him back.
Yes, we would.
Comment if you want us to try chalky milk of yours, or if you have a topic you want to discuss. Please share and subscribe. We're halfway to 1,000. You know, road to 1K. Here we go.
No, we're like 1 or 2 away, man. We're 82.
A big thank you for Ben Big Country Stein for coming on the podcast.
Follow him.
Follow his fan page, which we'll have in the description. And
thank you so much. I really appreciate it, guys.
Tima,
meant a lot, and blessed to be here. Blessed to be here as always. And you guys do a great job.
You too, man.
Love to have you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Take us out, Chima.
Nah, it's Will.
No, I like when you do it. I like when you do it.
All right. Well, hey, you know what? We said that, comment this below if you're still watching us. Let's just make it clear. It's only my mom still watching this. We see our average duration of 5 minutes. I don't think this episode is going to help, but we got to respect it, right?
Hi, Mrs. Chima.
Hey, Mom, how's it going? Coming home this weekend, excited about that. Thank you, Stein. Thank you for coming on. Big energy right here. Thank you, Tyler, for your interesting predictions. Thank you, Will, for some great chalky milk reviews. Just thankful for everyone here today. And, like, comment, subscribe. Road to 1,000, road to 100, just road to whatever. You know what I mean? And, until next time.
You guys are getting 5 million by tomorrow. I feel it.
That's what I'm thinking. Yes. But, yeah,
5 million by tomorrow.
Until next time. See ya.
Peace.
Oh.